Now we're going to translate English phrases to mathematical phrases and English sentences to mathematical sentence and vice versa. Illustrate and differentiate related terms in algebra, where is a positive integer, constant, and variables, literal coefficients and numerical coefficients, algebraic expressions, terms, and polynomials, and letter E, number of terms, degree of the term, and degree of the polynomial. In the English subject, you learn about phrases and sentences. Mathematics is also mathematical phrases and sentences. You have to translate verbal phrases to mathematical symbol to form mathematical phrases. Mathematical phrase consists of operational symbols like plus, minus, parentheses, or times the x for symbol for multiplication, parentheses and x. It also would be period, division, or the slash, where there is are corresponding words to for these symbols. Aside from operational symbols, it also includes variables and numbers. Variables are the letters that is usually found in the mathematical phrases. The x, usually it's x, y, and z, but it could also be any other letters of the alphabet. And numbers, of course. For learning task number 1, what mathematical operation corresponds to the following words? Do this in a separate sheet of paper, or let's do this in this sheet of paper. For mathematical term, we're going to have or to write the corresponding mathematical symbol. So sum, it's plus. For increased by, so the operation for increased by it's also plus. For difference is minus. The answer for minus is difference. Decreased, so bumaba, so it's minus. Less than, bumaba rin siya, it's minus. It could also be the less than, which is also the symbol for less than. And product, it's times. It could also be parentheses. It could also be this period or dot. The quotient is division. Times is also this 3. Divided by is this one or slash. And more than, it's plus. Or the more than, the correlational symbol more than. In mathematics, you cannot do away with symbol. Mathematical word problems can't be solved unless you translate it into symbols. Symbols used for operations are called operational symbols. These are symbols used for operations, so it's called operational symbol. So while symbols used to determine relation between quantities are called relational symbols. Examples of relational symbols are this one and equal. So operational symbols, the plus sign, where is cross, it's a plus. The words associated with the symbols are plus, add, increased by, more than, sum of. So if this is the words, the operation is plus. For minus, it's minus, subtract from, decreases by, diminished difference. Kung binawasan, it's usually minus. Multiplication, it's multiply, multiplied by the product of, times. No symbol between variables means multiplication. So if there's no symbols between variables, example, x, y, ibig sabihin yan x times y, or 2x, ibig sabihin yan 2 times x. For division, this one, divide, quotient, ratio. Involution, or the exponents raised to the power of, squared, cube, and so on and so forth. Evolution, or the radical sign. The radical sign is the nth root, where n is any positive integer. In grammar, a phrase is a group of words that does not express complete thoughts. Mathematical phrase does not express a complete thought also unless it becomes an equation. So mathematical phrases are usually expressions, or just algebraic expressions, or it doesn't have any equal sign or relational symbols. For an example, for drill, For examples, number 1, translate the following mathematical symbols. Number 1, thrice the sum of 5 and a number. So, thrice the sum of 5 and a number. So, thrice is 3. So, ibig sabihin ng thrice is times 3. The sum of 5 and the number. We do not know the number, so we're going to let m be the number. So, you can have any letter as the number, but in here, let m be the number. So, ibig sabihin yan, you represent a number by letter m. Next, sum of 5 and a number. So, the sum of 5 and a number is 5 plus m. So, kasi ito si 5 plus, kasi sum and the number, so m. Next, thrice means 3 times. So, ibig sabihin, itong thrice mo daw, times 3 mo yung sum ni 5 and a number. So, itong sum nila, you're going to multiply it by 3. So, ibig sabihin, so, you put it inside the parentheses and multiply it by 3. So, 3 parentheses 5 plus m parentheses. This is also called the quantity if it is inside the parentheses. Next, subtract 2/3 of the number from 30. So, subtract, so we going to use subtraction minus 2/3 of the number. So, here is a number. We do not know the number, so we're going to let x be the number. So, instead of anything, we're going to guess that number. We're going to represent the number by letter x or the variable x. So 2/3 of a number, so we're going to start with 2/3 of a number. So 2/3 of a number, ibig sabihin 2/3 times x. So you may put it inside x, pero, di ba ang sabi kapag magkatabi daw si 2/3 at saka x, ibig sabihin yan 2/3 times x. So 2/3 of a number is 2/3 x. And then subtract it from 30. So, if subtract it from 30, ibig sabihin, i-minus mo siya kay 30. Kung i-minus mo siya kay 30, ibig sabihin mauna si 30. 30 minus 2/3 x. Kung nauna ito, ibig sabihin it's wrong. If your answer is 2/3 x minus 30, this is wrong. It should be from 30, so ibig sabihin mauna dapat si 30 minus 2/3 x. 3 is 1/2 of the square root of twice the square of a number. So usually, if ganito, maraming off, so what you're going to do is, you start from the least, yung pinaka inside, yung pinaka dulo. So, ang pinaka dulo is the square of the number. So, we don't know the number, so let y be the number. Here, we let y. So, again, pwede mong kahit anong letter dito. So, it's still correct. Kahit, alam ba kung A ang sagot mo dito, that's still correct. So, let y be the number. So, let y be the number. So, we'll start here. So, pinakamalapit sa the square of the number. Square of the number is y square. Ito siya, si y square. Next, twice the square of the number. So, ito siya si 2y square. Ito pala si y square. So, twice mo daw si y square. So, times 2. So, times 2 to y square. Next, the square root of twice the square of the number. The square root of twice the square of the number is this one. So you put it inside the square root. Square root, this is square root. And then 1/2 the square root. So 1/2 the square root. So 1/2 the square root. So this is the answer. 1/2 the square root of twice the square of the number. So you could also have this one. So 1/2 2y squared over 2. It is just the same as 1/2 to square root 2y squared. Number 4, translate 2x minus 5 to verbal phrase. So, from mathematical phrase, you will go to translate it to verbal phrase. So, 2x means twice, diba? Twice a number, minus 5. So, possible verbal phrases, there are many answers. Twice a number, so twice a number, subtracted or decreased by 5. So, decreased by 5. So, decreased by 5 by 5. So, subtract 5 from twice a number. So, twice a number. So, or we could usually read as 2x minus 5. So, if you put 2x minus 5, usually this could be acceptable, but this is more applicable. This is more standard. So, twice a number minus or minus 5, minus 5, or minus 5. So that is also accepted. In above examples, the mathematical phrases are called algebraic expressions. So these are the algebraic expressions. Algebraic expressions can be a number, a single variable, or a combination of letters, numbers, and operational symbols. So these are examples of algebraic expressions. These are usually one term, ibig sabihin isa lang siya. So ilan ba? 3. So this is an algebraic expression with one term kasi nag-iisa lang siya. So m, pwede rin m, negative 5x. This is considered 1. Paano siya magiging dalawa? Later. So 3y, 7xy, it's an algebraic expression with one term. Magiging dalawa lang siya if it includes plus at saka minus. So plus 2. It means there are two terms. Terms are separated by plus and minus. So this is plus. So this is the first term. This is the second term. So 7xy plus 2 is composed of two terms. So for example, 4x squared minus 8xy, it is composed of two terms because it is separated by minus. Ibig sabihin, this is the first term, this is the second term. xy plus 5 is composed of two terms, xy at saka 5. Halimbawa kung ito siya, 3 plus m minus negative 5x plus 3xy minus 7xy plus 2. So how many terms are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very good. So there are 6 terms, and here the definition of terms. Terms in an algebraic expression are separated by plus or minus signs. When the operation between variables or variable and number is multiplication or division, it is considered as one term only. For example, 4xyz is a single term algebraic expression, so as since the operation involved are multiplication and division. For 4xyz, example 4xyz, ibig sabihin nito 4 times x times y times z. However, if the operation is multiplication, it is only considered one term. And about 4x over z, this is also considered one term kasi the operation is division at saka multiplication. Multiplication siya kasi 4 times x, diba ito? Or 4x is considered as 4 times x. Tapos itong division, ito siya. It's division. Itong line is division pala. 4x over z is just considered as one term. So there are names according to algebraic expression. Kapag isang term lang, ang tawag sa kanya is monomial. Kapag dalawang term na is binomial. Kapag tatlo na is trinomial. At saka multinomial or polynomial is an algebraic expression with more than 3 terms. For example, an example of monomial is 3, 3x, 3xyz. So itong mga monomial niya siya kasi one term lang. Binomials, kapag two terms, so 3 minus 2x. So this is considered binomial. Trinomial kapag tatlo na, so 3 minus 2x plus y. 1, 2, 3. So this is a trinomial. Polynomial na siya kapag marami. So 3 minus 2x plus y minus z. Or minus 2 to 2z. This is considered multinomial kapag plus 4y squared, that is multinomials because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 terms. The next term that we're going to study is degree. The degree of the algebraic expressions is the highest exponent of an expression with one variable, or the highest sum of the expressions of the variable in a term of the expressions. So there are two ways to identify the degree. The highest exponent of an expression with one variable. Kapag isang variable lang sa the highest exponent, that is a degree. For example number 1, 5x to the power of 4 minus 3x plus 12. Ibig sabihin nito, isang variable lang. Kasi the variable is only x. So, di ba mga x lang ang letters? So, the variable is only 1. Kapag only one ng variable, so ang pinakamataas ng exponent, that's the degree. So in here, the degree is 4. Because that is the highest exponent. Kapag walang exponent ang x, ibig sabihin yan, may exponent niya siya ng 1. Pero, simply do not write 1. It is understood na kapag x lang, the exponent is 1. So, 5x to the 4 minus 3x to the 1 plus 12. Itong 12 is a constant term kasi wala siyang x. Wala siyang x na so ang tawag sa kanya is constant term. Pwede mo rin siyang lagyan ng x to the 0, yan siya. X to the 0, which is considered any number whose exponent is 0 is 1. So, however, we're not going to discuss it, or this as understood na 2x to the 0, yan siya. However, we're not going to simply write that. Parang itong exponent sa x na 1, we do not write 1. It is understood na may exponent yan siya na 1. Next, kapag marami ng variables, katulad nito, x, y, z. So, may tatlong variables, si x, si y, at saka si z. You're going to add the exponents. And that is the degree. For example, 3x squared yz plus x cubed yz squared minus 2xyz plus 4xy squared z. So, this is what type of a polynomial, what type of algebraic expression. This is a polynomial kasi there are 4 terms. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is a trinomial kasi there are 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. So, next, we're going to identify the degree. So, dito, 3x squared yz, we'll copy it first, plus x cubed yz squared minus 2xyz plus 4xy squared z. So, kapag walang exponent, ibig sabihin ng exponent niyan is 1. z, 1. So, you get the sum of the exponent. So, 2 plus 1 plus 1. So, 4. This is 4. For this one, 3. Tapos may ang exponent ni 1 and ni y plus 1. So, exponent of z is 2. So, 3 plus 1 plus 2 is 6. For this one, 1, 1, 1. Kasi wala siya na exponent. Ibig sabihin ng exponent is 1. So, 3. So, exponent ni x is 1. Exponent ni y is 2. Exponent ni z, it's 2. 1 plus 2 plus 2, it's 5. So, the highest is 6. Ibig sabihin, this is the degree. So, the degree is 6. So, next, important reminder, a variable with no written exponent has an exponent of 1. So, it's also been discussed. Also, a variable with no numerical coefficient or the constant on its left has also 1 as its numerical coefficient. Example is x. Halimbawa, x lang. Ibig sabihin, it's also understood na may 1 yan siya sa dito nakatabi. Ang tawag dito is a numerical coefficient. This is the numerical coefficient. So, this one is 1. This is the literal coefficient, itong x. So, kapag walang number nakatabi, ibig sabihin may 1. Kung walang exponent, ibig sabihin may 1. So, halimbawa, z squared. So, ibig sabihin it's also 1z squared. So, that's algebraic expression. That's the introduction to algebraic expression. Thank you.